Developmental psychology literature often refers to these babies as intuitive statisticians because they're gathering information about the world and they're using that information to form hypotheses and test them and so forth. And we also have a much better understanding of how many of the skills that are affected by autism emerge in development. So we know now much about how language emerges that we didn't know when Lovaas first developed his interventions. We also know much more about how social interaction develops, how joint attention develops. And so when we start to develop a curriculum or a sequence of objectives that we're outlining for the child as they acquire the skills of a normal child, we can design those curricula in a much more developmentally informed way. And then finally, and perhaps most importantly, is the concept that development occurs in interaction with people. And in fact, some of the beautiful studies by Pat Kuhl have shown that even speech perception and how it develops in infancy is impacted by the way in which speech information is delivered. And that speech information that's delivered in the context of an emotional relationship where you're interacting with a person and having an emotional experience as you're interacting with a person has a much more robust effect on brain development and speech perception than, for example, the same information that's delivered over a videotape. So we know that there's something about information being delivered in an affectively rich context that is important for brain development, and we could talk later about some of the theories of why that's the case. Now, we also know from the beautiful studies that Marion Sigmund and others have done that the early measures of a child's ability, this is a child with autism, ability to engage with another person, their affective relationships with others, including joint attention skills, that these are the best predictors of